Hi, what Steve and I are going to show you a little bit today is how to set up different for the driver. The swing is not different when you're using the driver, but we're going to show you how to make a little modification to make it a little bit simpler. The reason for that is that most golfers don't have enough hip slide when they're hitting an 8-iron. They're not going to have enough hip slide when they're using the driver.
And one more piece we want to add on is the modifications we're going to talk about for the setup are really designed for a mid to high handicap player and not so much for the low and expert players. So the first thing that we're going to talk about from the front is, like Lainey said, since the ball is more forward in the stance, that means the lower body weight and the hips need to be just a little bit more forward. So to make the whole equation simpler, we're just going to have the golfer set up with, say, put 65 to 70% of their lower body weight forward at the setup. What this will do is, start again, Lainey. What this will do is, by you setting up and pushing the weight just a touch forward, this will help put the hips forward, and it'll also start tilting the spine just a little bit to the right, which will help shallow out the descent. The other piece that we'd like to talk about from the setup be that just the butt of the club could be more forward and more upward as well. So that'll help also make the path more to the right and help shallow out the descent. Now these two pieces, the hips slightly forward, moving the weight about 10 to 15% more forward, putting the handle and the butt of the club forward, will all help you hit out at the ball more to help push and draw it. Now what we're going to do is show you this from down the line. So now Lainey's set up, and you can see how she's set up incorrectly. We just want to make the point clear. This is how we would see an amateur set up, not having their weight forward enough. You can see how the shoulders are open and the handle's actually back and down. So now what we'll start to tell Lainey to do is she's going to push her hips a little bit forward. By her pushing the hips forward like that, that'll already start closing the hips and it'll help close the shoulders. The next piece we'll say is raise the handle up and put it a touch forward. Then if you wanted to add one more thing to that, you just close your shoulders more. So aim them more to right field. So right now you can see how this thing looks like it's designed to swing out to the right. She has the lower body weight slightly forward without the head moving forward. The shoulders are closed, the handle's high and forward, which will all be pieces to shallow out the descent and hit the driver higher and further in the air.